Hi everyone, welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today I'm going to be doing a review of the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Iron Man from the Group Build-A-Figure wave. As you can see, this figure is not from the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, meaning we just get the Marvel logo on the front of the box. On the side of the box we have a cool picture of Iron Man here, and then on the back we have another picture of Iron Man. And we have a bio which says, when Tony Stark teamed up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, he built a new suit of modular armor designed for extended missions in the blackness of space. So people tend to call this the cosmic armor or the Iron Man deep space armor or whatnot, but the proper name for it is the modular armor. Another thing to note is that here we see he has a right hand open and his left hand is a fist, whereas on the figure that is switched around, so maybe it was just a reverse photo or something. And then here we have the rest of the wave. You have to get everyone in this wave to be able to build your Groot. And first up out of the box we have the right leg to the Groot Build-A-Figure, so if you want to check this out in more detail, the next review I do will be the Groot Build-A-Figure. And here is Iron Man himself, and he does look really good. I do really like this a lot more than what I thought I did before I was going to pick these guys up. When we saw initial test shots, I just thought it was going to be pretty much exactly the same as the Heroic Age Iron Man. But there's enough paint difference and a few sort of different parts and whatnot that makes this figure really stand out as its own. Plus, I mean, it does look very comic accurate, so it's another great Iron Man suit to add to your Hall of Armor if that's what you want to do. And it looks absolutely fantastic. So let's get into the close-up details of this thing. But because I have already reviewed the Heroic Age Iron Man, I'm not going to get too close up and personal with this guy just on his own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over this guy. Here is the Heroic Age Iron Man from the Iron Man 3 wave. If you want to see the review for this guy, the link will be in the description. And basically they share exactly the same torso, legs, hands, and that's it. Now that sounds like a lot. The only thing that they have different is the head sculpt and the arm sculpts, but with the paint variation here, as you can see, they do look like two very different figures. So first of all, the red. It's a lot more darker, sort of Iron Man 3 kind of a colour of red over here, whereas over here we have a much more classic Iron Man red shiny kind of look. Also, the gold is a little bit more shiny, I'm noticing over here, than on this one. Plus we don't have blue in the eyes on this anymore, we have orange. So as you can see there on the repulsor there is an orange ring, and then on the arc reactor here, if I bring it in close, you can see that it has an orange ring around the yellow, and then we have some orange in the eyes, which is really cool. Some nice gold earpieces on the side there. Really do like this head sculpt, this looks really cool. And speaking of head sculpts, because they are pretty much the same mould, if you do prefer one head or the other, you can very easily change them up. The red doesn't look that bad mixed in together really, they are different shades, but it's not too bad actually. That looks pretty close, it's pretty nice. So we still have all of these moulded in parts that would have been painted blue on the other suit. Which obviously we don't get painted on this one. It just looks like some nice moulded in detail, but everything about this suit to do with the legs, torso and the hands are exactly the same apart from paint app. So the things that are different, as I said, the head, we've taken a look at that, but we have these shoulder pads too, which are obviously a major part of this style suit. Now they do move a little bit to allow for articulation, we'll see that in a second, but they can also be removed. They're just pegged in just by these holes on the front and the back, so if you don't like them, you don't have to have them. If you wanted to turn them around, let's see what they look like that. If you prefer that kind of a look, you can have that. And I think they look pretty cool. They do stay in pretty well, although they will sometimes fall out on you. If you move it too far up or something, they can pop off. But let's take a look at the articulation now anyway. So the head goes down a little bit, up. You can kind of rest it up here for a nice flight pose, so that's pretty cool. Just push that back on properly, there we go. And then the shoulders do a full 360, but you just got to be careful because as you can see it does actually touch both sides, so if you do that quick it may actually pop them off. And then you've got up and down of the shoulders. As I said, this moves out, allowing you to do that. and then you have a swivel up here at the bicep, double jointed arms. So just like the Heroic Age Iron Man, the hand can go all the way up for a nice repulsor blast, even with this little bit of nice detail on here. The hands do rotate and they go down too. And then over here at the abs we get a really good crunch forward and back. So you can get a good flight pose like this, but it would be better just to bring the head up a little bit further and half it on that ball peg if you want a really nice flying pose. He rotates at the waist, legs go forward, back a little bit, and all the way out for splits. They rotate at the thigh, have a double jointed knee, the feet go up and down, and also have ankle pivot along with some peg holes and some nice little detail under the feet there. So without going too in depth with this guy, seeing as we already have a similar mould in the Heroic Age version, I would definitely say there's not like a situation where it's like you should buy this one or you should buy the old one, because it just depends on which shoot you prefer. And I really do think that the difference in paint tap and slight mold differences and whatnot make the two look completely different. So whichever one you prefer, go ahead and get it. If you like both of them, go ahead and pick them both up. They do look awesome together in a Hall of Armour kind of setup. And they are both major costumes from the comics, so especially if you like your Guardians of the Galaxy, this is going to be an awesome figure to stand next to your comic book versions. If you're going to go ahead and get the SDCC Star-Lord from that box set, and then if you've got the Build-A-Figure Rocket Raccoon and also the Drax figure, then I would definitely say this would look awesome next to those guys. So thanks for watching, guys. As I said, the Heroic Age Iron Man, along with all of the Guardians of the Galaxy Wave reviews, are in the description. I'm Homerino123 if you want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter to see pictures of my collection. So if you want to stay tuned for the group Build-A-Figure review, which is coming next, and help out the channel, you can go ahead and subscribe. That'll be much appreciated. And I'll see you next time, guys.